Hey man, this is Chris of PhoneCats. In this vid, we're doing another magic deck. There's only like a million of them, so, you know. We're doing Odric's Peacekeepers. It's crazy. There's so many 1/1 soldiers. They're gonna be everywhere. It's a problem. Whenever you're ready to get a new phone, check out PhoneCats.com. You can get an HTC Amaze for $374. That's pretty good. Okay, here's all the cards. Here's what's in my deck. I'm playing with the Doom Travelers. 1 mana for a 1/1. When it dies, you put a 1/1 flyer into play. It changes up the battlefield. People will like route around it thinking that you're just dying to get that 1/1 flyer. And in a way you kind of are, because there's not very much air. But next, Elite Vanguard, 1 mana for a 2/1. Play with this. Like, there's a reason there's only a couple of these. It's just such an easy early opening. Like, there's so many decks that aren't doing anything the first 2 turns. And they're just kind of like warming up their engine or trying to get things going. Play with fast creatures. It's fun in this deck. I'm playing with the Accorder Paladin, but I bounce them in and out. It's 2 mana for a 3/1 with Battle Cry. So if you have a whole bunch of small creatures, it's like a boost. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I play this deck akin to the Goblin deck, but there's so many ties between them that I can't blame myself. Okay, Honor the Pure, white creatures you control get +1/+1. It's only 2 mana for that. So cool. When you're playing Goblin, it's all about the Goblin Kings giving +1/+1 counters, and this one it's enchantments, so they're a little bit harder to deal with. And then with some of these cards, no, not yet. Master Decoy. Okay, I'm playing with these right now instead of pacifisms because, I don't know, it's a soldier, it's 2 mana for a 1/2, so it can chump block 1/1s, and it's almost like an icy manipulator in a pinch because you can get creatures out of the way. If it's like a life and death situation, you can tap a creature on their turn and then tap another one on your turn, so you can get 2 blockers out of the way. Raise the Alarms is crazy. It's 2 mana and it's an instant. You put 2 soldiers into play. You can do it at the end of your opponent's turn and surprise them. You can do it in surprise block. And if you already have some +1/+1 boosters, it gets hectic. Oblivion Ring, I'm playing with a couple of these. It's 3 mana. When it enters play, you exile another target non-land permanent. I wish it didn't say non-land because there's so many games where I'm just attacking my opponent's lands. I like playing with that. It doesn't just apply to creatures, so it gives you any kind of like artifact or enchantment or something weird that's bothering you. Squadron Hawks are so sick. 2 mana for a 1/2 or a 1/1, and then you get to go through your library and get more Hawks. If you've been keeping up with these codes, I might put them in the description. You can play with 3 Squadron Hawks, and if you have some +1/+1 counters out or like attacking with that dude with Battle Cry, the Hawks get intense. Crusader of Odric's cool. It's 3 mana for a star, and it has power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. So, I mean, a lot of people will just end up chump blocking it because it doesn't have trample or anything like that. Fiend Hunter is sick. 3 mana for a 1/3. When it comes into play, choose a creature. You just put it under Fiend Hunter, and as long as Fiend Hunter stays alive, that creature's gone. It's so nice. I mean, watch out if you're playing against a deck with creature control because it'll come back to haunt you. Glorious Anthem, here's another creature pumper-upper. This one's 3 mana. And it's all creatures you control get +1/+1. That may not seem like applicable to anything, but there's one artifact that you can play with, so that's like the one, I don't know, nuance of it or whatever. Captain of the Watch, getting high casting cost. 6 mana for a 3/3, Vigilance, and other soldiers get +1/+1 in Vigilance. So this goes for all your 1/1s, your Master Decoy, not your Hawks, but that's fine. Vigilance is nice too. Like, if you're in a deep situation, I don't know, that can be really pro. Okay, Captain's Call. Here's where a whole bunch of the 1/1s start coming from. 4 mana, it's a sorcery. If this was an instant, this deck would be way too good. Put 3 1/1 soldiers into play. So it stacks with 1/1s, it stacks with your Vigilance buffs or whatever. I like it. Turn 4, just putting 3 more guys into play. Just, the battlefield looks just so overwhelming. Odric, Master Tactician. Okay, this guy is like a taunting elf. Or kind of. He has first strike, I didn't even know that. But whenever he attacks with more than 3 creatures, you get to decide how everything blocks. And normally it's just making a beeline to your opponent. So if they don't do anything about that Odric, it can be like GG. I'm playing with this new enchantment that's a new unlocked card. 4 mana, and whenever a creature dies, you can pay 2 to bring it to your hand. I haven't even got to use it yet because whatever deck I'm playing against, they will throw some kind of removal at it, so it's almost like not a time warp, but it makes them deal with it and change their game plan. Geist Honored Monk, 5 mana. When it comes into play, you put 2 1/1 flyers into play. I like it. It has vigilance and it has power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. So another one of those where it's just going to be like this 7/7 or 8/8 floating around. I think the rest of these are not in my deck, but I'm always bouncing 1 or 2 back and forth trying things out. Spectral Rider's 2 mana for a 2/2 with Intimidate, so I believe that means he can't be blocked except by white creatures. Yeah, same color. It's okay. I mean, it's just going to be a consistent 2 damage a turn unless they deal with it, but I don't know. It's not in right now. Loyal Sentry, 1 mana for a 1/1, and it has like death block, like death touch, but only when it's blocking. Whatever it blocks, destroy that creature. It's cool, and it can be pro top decking it when you're playing against someone that has some huge creature, as long as it doesn't have trample or flying. Journey to Nowhere, you can take such a removal aspect with this deck of just insane creature control. It's 2 mana, you exile target creature, so if it had some funky leaves the battlefield or hits the graveyard mechanic, just get that out of your mind. They're not going to be pulling stuff back or resurrecting it. Rise from the Grave or whatever it's called. More creature control, pacifism, 2 mana. I love the art, that's such a crazy picture. The creature can't attack or block, but watch out for activated abilities and sacrificing mechanics. And if you're playing that crazy, a Johnny, no, who is it? I can't remember. Ring of Thune, 2 mana. Equipped creature gets vigilance, and the usual, put a +1/+1 counter on it during your upkeep. I don't know, 2 mana, it's only 1 to equip, so you can kind of be popping it back and forth as need be, but it's not in my deck right now. My turn 2 is getting something rowdy out. Midnight Guard, another meh. It's 3 mana for a 2/3, that's not that terrible. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, untap Midnight Guard, so weird. So like, what in the world? I don't even know. Attack with all your guys, and then on his turn, I don't even know. Attendant Knight, 3 mana for a 2/2. First strike, and when it comes into play, put a 1/1 into play. I really like it. A 2/2 first strike is something that will halt your opponent or make them deal with it, at least in the early game. And the 1/1 token, I didn't catch if it was a soldier or not. If it is, it probably is. Flicker Wisp. One time someone played a Flicker Wisp and they chose my Necrotal, and then it came back into play and I killed something. Flicker Wisp is 3 mana for a 3/1 flyer, and when it comes into play, you get to make something temporary leave, and then it comes back like at the end of the turn. Yeah, choose wisely because it enters the battlefield again, so don't be foolish. Guardian's Pledge, 3 mana, white creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. Ugh, I might demo that a little bit more. I don't know, it almost seems like a baby overrun or something along those lines, but I don't know. If you have a whole bunch of soldiers out, it could be like, yeah, just like that GG card. Intrepid Hero is cool. If you're taking that creature control angle, it's 3 mana for a 1/1. Tap it, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. So it's just like this Beast Slayer every turn, unless they have something to handle it. But I don't know, most decks are going to handle it. Elgard Inquisitor, 4 mana for a 2/2. He has lifelink, kind of weird. And when he dies, put 2, no, what? It says 1/1 white spirit creature into play. I wish it was 2. I thought it was 2. Either way, 4 mana for a 2/2 with lifelink and puts a couple into play, or just 1. I'll pass. Night Guard Patrol, first strike and vigilance. It's 3 mana for a 2/1. I kind of pushed these out as I got better cards, but it's pretty solid. The 2/1 first strike with vigilance, I mean, you can hit your opponent for 2. They're probably not going to have anything to deal with it and take the damage. And then since it's vigilance, you can still block. I like it, but it's not good enough. Pen and Blade is 5, no, God, I can't see. 3 mana, 4 to equip. Ugh. Equip creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. So this is giving that, I'm surprised they don't have another ability for that, but the same thing that a couple other creatures have. Not feeling it. Safe Passage, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you and creatures you control this turn. So it's like an all game, or like all damage fog. I'm not playing with it. I play with the fog in the green deck and I love it just because it's such like a lame surprise, but I don't know. I'm passing on that one. Dawn Elemental is 4 mana for a 3/3 flyer. Here's the weird part. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to Dawn Elemental. What? So it's just like this wall that you can't, that some decks can't even kill. I mean, there's ways to get rid of it, but it's just a kind of a battlefield momentum changer. Spirit of the Hearth, we're getting to the high casting cost stuff. 6 mana for a 4/5 flying. You can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponent controls. I like that it says abilities too, so they can't be doing any like funky stuff with their creatures to deal damage, and some decks are gonna have to deal with that first before they can even start dealing with you. I passed on these Mausoleum Guards. 4 mana for a 2/2. Here's the one. When this one dies, you put 2 1/1 little spirit flyers into play. I don't know, 4 mana for a 2/2, and then you're just like trying to get it killed, like please kill it, and sometimes people won't. Windborne Charge is 4 mana. 2 creatures you control get +2/+2 and flying until end of turn. Pretty weird for a turn 4. I mean, if you're stuck in a situation where your opponent's attacking with a lot of flyers, oh, it's a sorcery, forget it. You can't even do it on their turn, forget it. Why would you play with that? It could be okay. Archon of Justice, 5 mana for a 4/4 flying, and when it dies, exile target permanent. Pretty legit, but I couldn't find room for it in my curve, or it's kind of like too late game for me. But I don't know, you could hit one of their lands. I love killing people's lands. Ugh. Turn the Tables, 5 mana, it's an instant. All combat damage that will be dealt to you this turn is dealt to target attacking creature instead. So kind of cool. I mean, God, it's just to you, so I'm not going to block with anything, but I'm going to take like 1,000,000 damage and then hit your crazy trampler. I skipped on this Archangel, and this is one of the last cards. 7 mana flying, attacking doesn't cause it to tap, and it's a 5/5. So 7 mana for a 5/5 with Vigilance. I don't know. Back in the day, God, was that a Visions card? I remember that just being like crazy and people were wigging out, but 7 mana, 5/5, flying, Vigilance. Needs more. Mass Calcify. 7 mana, destroy all non-white creatures. It's 7 mana. I mean, it's like GG, but it's 7 mana. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. PhoneCats.